Welcome to The Queen's Lair, a lifestyle podcast. Get inspired by our latest tips and information about small business, entrepreneurship, natural hair, travel, food, and even relationships. Stay tuned for another great episode. I am your host, Renee Patrice. Welcome back, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning into my podcast once again. A few people asked me, what I thought about the Will Smith, the whole fiasco and everything that's been going on. I guess people wanted to get like a follow-up on what I thought about the outcome of everything. I did initially speak on, when we deal with our emotions and they put us in a space, in an uncomfortable space, and how we deal with things that, may come at us unexpectedly and that sort of thing, especially been put into a situation such as he was and how he felt and everything surrounding the whole, Chris Rock situation. So I really had dropped off of this subject matter, to be honest, because I just didn't even want to hear about it anymore, because it was just kind of I felt like it was getting dragged out for so long. But I, went and read up on it. So I guess I'll just run through this real quick. My personal thoughts on it, I feel like, first let me read through this article and then I'll give my personal thoughts on it. So, basically what's happening is that Will Smith will not be allowed to attend the Academy Awards for the next 10 years. This is, of course, as a result of him slapping Chris Rock on stage during this live ceremony. According to the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences, say that right, that is their stance on the situation. So their formal statement is the board has decided for a period of 10 years from April 8th, 2022, Mr. Smith shall not be permitted to attend any Academy events or programs in person or virtually, including but not limited to the Academy Awards. Academy President David Rubin and CEO Dawn Hudson said in a statement on Friday. The decision was made during a Board of Governors meeting held earlier in the day in Los Angeles. The meeting, initially scheduled for April 18th, was expedited after Smith announced his resignation from the Academy last week. Smith issued a quick, concise statement on his ban from the Oscars for the next decade. He said, "I accept and respect the Academy's decision," the actor said in a statement to CNN. According to CNN, they have reached out to Rock's representative for comment. The decision came following tons of debate on what the consequences of his onstage slap should be, a board member tells CNN. The Academy's letter added, the 94th Oscars were meant to be a celebration of the many individuals in our community who did incredible work this past year. However, those moments were overshadowed by the unacceptable and harmful behavior we saw Mr. Smith exhibit on stage. During our telecast, we did not adequately address the situation in the room. The letter went on to state, "For this, we are sorry. There was an opportunity for us to set an example for our guests, viewers, and our Academy family around the world, and we fell short. Unprepared for the unprecedented." The Board of Governors said in a previous statement that they wanted the matter to be handled in a timely fashion. Smith's resignation means that he is no longer part of the Academy's voting body, but it does not prevent the Oscar winner from being nominated in the future, a source with knowledge previously told CNN. Smith can also still be nominated despite being barred from attending the Oscars because the standards of conduct rules at play in today's action do not apply towards, it does not apply to awards eligibility. Does that even make sense? Okay, so basically, even though he resigned from the Academy, so basically you're giving up your voting rights, okay? Then he cannot attend anything for the next 10 years that is Academy related, that's put out by the Academy. But it doesn't stop him from being nominated. So he can be nominated and honestly, he can win. But you won't be able to attend the Academy Awards to get your award if he was to win? Okay. Typically, the previous year's Best Actor winner presents the current year's Best Actress award, and the reigning Best Actress presents to the Best Actor trophy. With Smith's ban, the Oscars will have to break that tradition. Wow. Let me read further. What happened and what came next? The actor struck Rock as the comedian was on stage presenting at the Academy Awards on March 27, after Rock made a joke about Smith's wife, Jada Pinkett Smith's close cropped hair. Pinkett Smith suffers from hair loss due to alopecia. Rock had not spoken in depth publicly about the incident. Days after it occurred, Rock appeared in a comedy show in Boston as part of his Ego Death Tour and said, "I don't have a bunch of ish about what happened. So if you're here to hear that, I had like a whole show I wrote before this weekend, and I'm still kind of processing what happened. So at some point, I'll talk about this ish. And it'll be serious and it'll be funny, but right now I'm going to tell some jokes." Smith publicly apologized to Rock the day after the incident via social media. Smith also reached out the next morning to the show's producer, Will Packer, apologized and expressed his embarrassment. The producer told Good Morning America. During the interview with GMA, Packer said officers from the Los Angeles Police Department were prepared to arrest Smith for battery, but Rock said he didn't want that. In its letter, the Academy expressed deep gratitude to Mr. Rock for maintaining his composure under extraordinary circumstances. The action we are taking today in response to Will Smith's behavior is a step toward a larger goal in protecting the safety of our performers and guests and restoring trust in the Academy, the letter concluded. We also hope that this can begin a time of healing and restoration for all involved and impacted. This article is from CNN's Brian Stelter, Jason Kravik, Sherry Mossberg. They all contributed to that piece that I just read. I want to make sure to give fellow journalists credit. So, what do I think about this? Lord have mercy. Okay, I don't think it makes any sense at all to ban someone for 10 years. And then the fallout from that, if he's banned for 10 years, that means that, okay, he can't attend any, Academy events, formal Academy events, the Academy Awards, what have you. But it doesn't stop him from being nominated and winning. So let's say he does a blockbuster movie next year and he actually wins. He can win and he won't even be able to accept the award because he's banned for 10 years, even though he resigned from the Academy himself, which basically just gives up your voting rights, right? So that within itself doesn't even make sense. I think that 10 years, personally, I feel like 10 years is harsh, only because I don't even know. The whole thing just doesn't make sense. I think 10 years is a little harsh. I think in my mind, I did believe, yes, that he should be suspended for a certain amount of time. I think 10 years is dragging it. I really do. That's just my personal opinion, but these people have been doing this for years, so, rock on. But I personally would think 5 years would have been enough. And I would say that, actually, I think if they really wanted to make an impact with this, it could have been a shorter amount of time. Maybe, I would say this. Here's what my logic would do. 3 years ban altogether, and you cannot be nominated either. So that means you can't put anything in for a nomination for a movie or any type of motion picture or whatever. 3 years, because that is definitely going to keep you out of the running to be nominated. But I think that they probably stepped left with that and didn't do that, because when you're in a movie, it's not just about the best actor or best actress. It also involves all the other creatives. So the producer, who produced the score, the costume design, all that sort of stuff. So they probably didn't, them banning him from being nominated and possibly winning in the future would just cause more problems. So they said, okay, we'll let him keep his Oscar. He can still be nominated, and theoretically he can still win. He just can't attend events, which honestly doesn't make any sense. I'm not trying to stop anybody's bag. I'm not saying that it should have been a ban all the way around, like not being able to be nominated. But if you're going to do a 10-year ban with something like that and he can still be nominated, just shorten it up and just say, okay, 2 or 3 years, banned from everything, can't even be nominated, can't win an award, and make it quick and to the point. Because the fact that people can still work with him and win awards, you know what I mean? Like, they can win awards, but let's say he would win an award and he can't even attend to get the award. All it does to me, that just draws attention to the situation even more. Because it's like, okay, let's say he wins for, another movie next year. He can't attend to receive the reward, the award. That just brings the whole thing up again. You know what I'm saying? So just ban him all the way around for a shorter period of time, and then just let him come back fully. Because it's like he's banned but not banned right now. It just doesn't make sense. And I'm pretty sure it doesn't make sense to him either. I think it was smart of him to resign from the Academy so that, he eliminates his voting rights. I think that was probably, he probably thought that would have been enough, and would deter them from doing what they're doing, but they're not taking his award, so, which I don't think should happen for me personally. I think somebody had DM'd me about that. Like, do you think he should lose his award? No, I don't. I think the work that he does is phenomenal, and I don't think that he should lose his award for that. Maybe that's the reason why the ban is so harsh. I don't know. I can't get in people's heads, but y'all asked me for my commentary on it, so that's my commentary on it. Thanks to CNN for that article. I just wanted to read through, a journalistic point of view that has kind of reviewed this over time. So, but yeah, it's unfortunate. It really is unfortunate. But on the other side, I have read earlier today that his book sales, you guys know he just put out a book. I actually have not read it yet. I actually have the audio version of it and have not delved into it yet. I'm actually finishing up one book and have started a new one as well. So, yeah, so I do have his book. I bought it when it first came out. And, he was on tour in a few cities for his book and being very vulnerable and open and all of that. But most of the people that I have seen comment on his book has said that there's definitely a lot in the book that talks about him dealing with anger. So I would think that the book would kind of give some more background on how this particular incident, has come to be. So I feel like I've heard that his book is kind of a tell-all as well. So he's very open and transparent about a lot of things in there. So I actually may move the book up in rotation. I wasn't planning on delving into it right now, so I may move it up in rotation just so I can, put my mind to rest on this whole situation. But it's unfortunate. I'm glad it didn't go any further, because really Chris Rock could have struck him back and then it would have been an all-out brawl. But I'm glad it didn't get to that. I'm glad he did keep his composure. And honestly, that is going to, that doesn't go unrecognized. It's actually brings up his real estate, as they say, because he was able to keep so together in a situation like that. So I think both sides have learned a lot from this. And, Will Smith is not going anywhere. He's going to be fine. He's going to come back stronger than ever and probably write another book or do a little mini movie. Honestly, if he really wanted to get out there, you could put this out in the atmosphere, Mr. Smith. Do some sort of documentary talking about your struggles with dealing with feeling inadequate and, things that he has talked about openly, feeling like he helpless, when his mom, suffered abuse from his dad, and he has talked very openly about those sort of things. And I'm thinking that all of this kind of comes together, But if he was smart, you lay low for a little while and then you come out with something that talks about anger issues, and all the things that you're dealing with. Just even as a celebrity or just even a black man in America, I think it would be actually very helpful. He could flip this. He could flip it really well, but sometimes you got to lay your ego to the side and your emotions to the side to make smarter decisions, so, I hope he comes out of this well, Chris Rock, I know, is going to be fine. I'm glad it didn't go any further than it did. And we learned a lot from this. And hopefully it has sparked a lot of people to kind of look at their reactions to things, them dealing with their emotions, their anger, whatever it is. Because mental health is definitely very important. And especially in the black community, it's not something that we address very often. And it's something that we kind of skirt around and sweep under the rug. So this kind of brings a lot of that to light as well. But yeah, that's my commentary. If you guys want to contact me, feel free. Social media at Onyx Queen Media. And if you want to email me, feel free. hello@onyxqueenmedia.com. Bye, you guys. Online savings simplified. Don't search for coupon codes ever again. With one click, Honey's smart shopping assistant will automatically apply discounts to your cart in seconds. Save on all your favorite things. Easily pay less for products you're already buying online. It's as easy as 1, 2, 3. Join Honey for free. It takes 2 clicks to add Honey to your Chrome, Safari, Firefox, or Opera browser. Find savings in seconds. While you shop, Honey will find working promo codes across the entire internet, and you save instantly. With one click, Honey will apply the best deals to your cart. It's that easy. So what are you waiting for? Get Honey. Download it today. Visit our link, www.tinyurl.com/ONYXHONEY. That's www.tinyurl.com/Onyx Honey. Start saving right now.